Am I live? I'm live. I think so. Hello, Dragonlings. Sky here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I write urban fantasy under the name SD Haggis. Today I wanted to do a quick live stream. I missed my live stream this morning, and I just wanted to do a quick video talking about YouTube, life, and writing in general. So I missed my live stream this morning. I was extremely tired, and I woke up into a message asking me if I was doing my live stream, and I was like, no, and I went back to sleep. So, which was a bad idea, because as soon as that happened, I didn't go back to sleep. I just laid in bed. So I should have just gotten up and done it anyways. But mainly what I wanted to talk about where YouTube was concerned was the fact that I usually schedule my videos. I post a video every Thursday, whether it's a day in the life video, writing video, an update video, or anything like that. And then on every other Tuesday, I've started posting tag videos. I thought I had scheduled ones for this week. Turns out I hadn't. I don't even know if I edited and uploaded anything. I have not actually checked, but I did discover that I didn't have anything scheduled. So there was no video Tuesday, there was no tag video Tuesday like there was supposed to be, and there was no video Thursday like there was supposed to be. And I didn't realize that until like 5 minutes ago. So I'm sorry about that. And then I'm sorry about missing my live stream this morning. It's just that I was extremely tired and I was just, nope. But that being said, I should have just gotten up and done it anyways, because of the fact that I didn't go back to sleep. I just kind of lay there thinking about what I was going to talk about when I finally did get up and do my live stream, which is what I'm doing now. So, yeah, there really was no point. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of life in general. My life kind of sort of is not exactly a train wreck, but it feels like that, kind of. And what I mean by that is, so Sunday night, Monday morning, between the hours of like 1 and 4 a.m., because 4 a.m. seems to be when I'm going to sleep these days. More on that in a minute. Sometime around that time, I had a friend message me. This was that friend that was actually supposed to go with me to Vegas. More to come on that too in just a few minutes. But if you've been watching any of my videos, you know I'm going to Vegas for a writing and business conference. And I was supposed to be tag driving with a friend of mine that was also planning on going to Vegas. We were going to be doing separate things, staying in separate hotels and all that fun jazz, but we were supposed to be riding up there together. And thanks to a lot of what I've been posting on Facebook lately, that friend decided they couldn't go with me to Vegas, couldn't be my friend anymore, and that they could only talk to me in the future on a professional level. So while I have mixed feelings about that, I did finally write a really long blog post. I say blog post because it might as well have been. I wrote a really long post on Facebook Thursday addressing not only what that friend talked to me about, but what I've been getting other private messages about on Facebook, including from people I don't even know, basically telling me that I should die because of what I was saying on my own profile. So I wrote a really long post, and by really long post, I mean I titled it "Too Long Didn't Read," and it's 1,939 words long. I have it memorized now. The number of words, not the post itself. Geez, don't ask me to repeat that post. Talking about addressing all the issues that people were bringing up due to my own beliefs about various things. And there was 4 points I talk about specifically in that post. It's not public post, so I'm sorry if you're not friends with me, you won't be able to read it. I might do a video where I basically just talk about that post in the future. But if I do, it'll be on a different channel. I actually have 2 channels. Back when I first joined YouTube, when I discovered that you had to have an account in order to make a comment, and there was a video I really wanted to comment on and tell the person, I don't remember who it was, but I wanted to tell them that I really liked their video and how much it inspired me to do other things. So I made an account with YouTube. And I posted a couple of videos on that channel. It's under my real name, my full name, married name. But there's a couple of videos on there from when I was like in high school, and a couple from when my oldest was born, and that's it. That's all that's on there. I don't generally use it at all, but if I do post something about that Facebook post, because of the nature of that post, I will probably post on that channel. If I do make that video, I will add it to the description below. That way, if you really want to know what that post was about, you can watch it. Maybe. We'll see in the future. But suffice it to say that I've been scrambling around trying to figure out, because we were going to be going half and half in a lot of stuff, I've been scrambling around trying to figure out how I'm going to make everything work financially. I've been trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to still drive or whether I wanted to risk taking an airplane. I have fully decided I do not want to take an airplane, because so I've taken an airplane, I think, twice in my life. One time I have no memory at all. That would be when I came from Germany to America back in, 1992 or 3, when I was like 2 or 3. I should tell you how old I am, by the way. Congratulations. Yeah, I was a kid, so I don't remember that. If we even took a plane, if we didn't take a boat, I don't know which we did. But back in 2002, I took a plane for the first time, and the entire plane ride, I don't remember if we switched planes or not, but all I remember is that the entire plane ride, I was in complete and utter misery because my ears refused to pop. Like, when you reach certain altitudes, your ears pop and you feel relief because of all the pressure is gone and stuff. Yeah, my ears didn't do that. Gum didn't work, yawning didn't work, chewing bread didn't work, nothing worked. So I was on that plane ride basically curled up in fetal position in my chair, seat, whatever, bawling my eyes out because my ears wouldn't pop. And like, I don't want to fly for that reason at all. So I'm still gonna be driving. I've actually got to go get an oil change done on my car next week, this Friday. So that's done before I leave on Saturday morning. Not next Saturday. Sorry, the following Saturday, following Friday and Saturday, not next Friday and Saturday. I keep thinking that my trip is next weekend when it's not. It's the weekend following. It's 2 weeks from now. Oh my goodness, I'm losing track of days. Not unusual, but so there's that. So I've been scrambling around trying to figure that out. And honestly, like, I lost a friendship, so it hurts, but at the same time, I'm kind of numb to it, because with this particular person, it's not the first time, and I've kind of felt like it was a ticking time bomb of a friendship anyways. Like, I've kind of been expecting it. I've been kind of expecting him to find an excuse to end our friendship, which I guess is not a good friendship kind of to have, but it was the way our friendship worked, if that makes any sense. It doesn't, probably ignore it. But because of that, I don't really feel anything about the friendship ending, except I'm hurt because of what that person assumed about me. But otherwise, I'm actually okay, because I just didn't expect it in that way. And to know that about that particular person is what sucks. Otherwise, I'm numb to the entire thing, and I'm focusing on this trip I have coming up. I am going to Vegas for the first time in my life. I'm not gambling. I'm not drinking. Sorry, I don't gamble, and I don't really drink. Like, I've been talking to a couple people who are like, "You're going to Vegas. You're going to do all this." And I'm like, "No." And they were like, "Why?" I was like, "Well, let's just put it this way. Except for a sip here and there, I can still count on one hand how many drinks I've had all year." It's near the end of the year, people. It's been 10 months. We're on month 10. I've had less than 5 drinks completely all year. 3 of those were wine. So yeah, I'm not going to be drinking or gambling or anything like that. I'm just going to a conference, and once I get there, I'll figure out if I'm doing anything else. Like, there's a couple things I want to do that I know I won't be able to. Like, I would really like to see Cirque du Soleil. I know I won't be able to do that just because I've priced those tickets, and I'm already scrambling to figure out stuff financially, and there's no way I could do that and afford Cirque du Soleil tickets, even though that would be amazing to go to. So, not going to happen. Then there's been a couple other people in the group talking about the event and talking about things they plan on doing, like in between conference hours. I think conference hours run until like 5 o'clock in the evening, or either 3, 4, or 5. One of those 3 hours. I don't remember when they actually end. And then after that, our time is our time while we're still there. It's a 3-day conference from November 6th to November 8th. For those who don't know, because you're new to my channel, it is the 20 Books Vegas 2018 conference. It is a marketing and author strategy conference that is being put on by one of the admin members of a writing group I am in that focuses on marketing and business. They did this event for the first time last year in 2017. And in fact, I joined this particular writing group right before they did that event. So I was hearing about it like as it was happening. I've watched several of the live streams they did because they did live streams last year and they plan to do them this year. And I was like, this is something I want to go to because this is focusing on being a full-time author and making a living off your written work and your writing, which is exactly what I want to do. That is what I'm aiming for. So in March, when they opened up admission for this conference, I was like, heck yeah, I'm doing it. I paid for my ticket. I booked my hotel less than a month later. I'm not staying at the hotel the event is at because it was expensive and I was broke, but I'm staying like 5 minutes down the road for a total of 5 nights. I have the hotel room from Monday to Friday, and I will be there for 5 nights, be 3 days on the road, 3 days off the road, or 3 days on the road one way because I live halfway across the United States. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about this event, but at the same time, I'm terrified because this, in a way, this is it. This is the event that I know is going to kickstart my writing career as a full-time author. What I mean by that is the fact that I'm going to all these panels where they talk about marketing, where they talk about finding your readership and how to handle reviews, both good and bad, and marketing strategies, and all of this information that I'm just like, that goes way over my head currently. And not only that, I have a one-on-one with someone who's been in this business for over 20 years. First, he was a lawyer, and then he was traditionally published for a couple of years, and now he is an indie author, and he's making a really good living of being an indie author, and he was offering one-on-one. Apparently, last year he did a panel. I have not watched his panel. I don't know if it was one of the live streams or not. I have not looked, honestly. I probably should do that. And he has a panel this year about the same things, some of the same things I'll be having a one-on-one with him about. But a couple months ago, he was like, I'm offering one-on-one sessions. Here are the times I'm available. Sign up if you would like a one-on-one. And I was like, heck yeah. So I signed up for a one-on-one with him, and I've been emailing him back and forth about what I plan to talk to him about during our one-on-one. And the past couple of nights, I've been really narrowing down my business plan, which is currently only halfway done and already like 5 pages long, which is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. He's given me a lot of advice that kind of goes against what I already have on my business plan. But at the same time, he's like, don't change your business plan. Let me read what you have so I can help you further from there. So I'm not really changing my business plan from what we initially talked about, but I can already tell you my business strategy has already changed based on some of what we've talked about. And I will, after our actual one-on-one, then I will go back and change my business plan to update it with what we talk about. But like, I know this event is going to be the real start of my career, basically. And that is both exciting and absolutely terrifying. You have no idea. Um, mm, mm, yeah. Um, these are all the awkward pauses in regular videos that I edit out, by the way. Yay. So as far as other updates go, this kind of tags along to that. I have been working at the company I've worked for the past, it's been almost 6 years. I've been there 5.5 years. In March, I'll have been there 6 years. And when I was first hired on, I was actually told from the get-go, you will only be here 3 months. Don't plan on staying. I was a temp worker. And at the time, very few temp workers stayed more than 3 months at a time. What they would do is they would have a 3-month stint, be off for several months, I think a week, couple months, and then they'd come back. And I was just one of those lucky, very, very blue moon few who got to stay on. And last August, not this August, last August, so August 2017, I was hired on with this company as a permanent employee. The company was bought by Dell. Dell decided they didn't like the original company, which was EMC. So EMC was 75% temp worker, 25% permanent. Dell was like, you've got this backwards. You need to be 75% Dell, 25% temp worker. So they did a mass hiring event, and I was one of the people that was hired during this mass hiring event. But they were very upfront from the very beginning, being like, we're only hiring you. You work good, but the reason we are hiring you is because we need to meet this quota. That's it. They were very upfront about that from the very beginning. And while they were upfront with that, there's been a lot of other things with this particular company. I won't say as Dell as a whole, it's this particular plant because it's the kind of plant it is. It is a manufacturing plant that is kind of different from the rest of the company. And I'm not going to talk bad about the company because that'll get me in a lot of trouble. But I have not been happy at my job for many years. I haven't been happy even before Dell bought this company. And now it's gotten to the point where I don't have any days where I go into work actually happy to be at work. And it's really affecting me. Like, I am not happy. Off and on this year, I have gone through depressive episodes. I have not been suicidal. I have not been anything like that. So there's really nothing to worry about there. But like, I haven't wanted to even really get out of bed and like go anywhere. And it's been really hard some days because I'm like, I do have no desire to go to work. I don't care if they fire me. I don't want to go there. It's an hour drive one way, and I don't want to sit there for 8 hours. And I think a lot of that started when they switched me from third shift to second shift. I did not get a choice in that. They told us that the department I work in was no longer going to have a third shift. And they were like, so everyone is switching to second, which I would have been okay with, except for the hours suck. I don't care who you are, working 3 p.m. in the afternoon to 11:30 at night. All you fuckers out there who love that kind of shift, who the fuck are you? And what is wrong with you? Because that is insane. It sucks ass, like, so much. And I think that's when the real downward spiral started, because I really noticed that a lot of my depressive periods started around that time. And that was last November. I was switched, I think, mid-November. I think that was when I switched me to second shift. And again, I might have been okay, because while the hours sucked, I can deal with whatever hours you put me on, honestly. I really can. The part that sucked was the fact that they told us, your department's no longer going to exist. And yet they still have third shift employees working in my department. Really? My department's no longer exists on third shift, and yet you're going to still have third shift employees working there. Do you see the flaw in your logic? Seriously. So yeah, I haven't been happy there, and I really am trying to make everything work so that I don't have to work there. Um, I'm trying, thanks to a one-on-one with my manager, I am trying my hardest to stay until the end of January or the end of February. We will discuss further which one it has to be. And the reason for that is because the fiscal year ends in January, and Dell does bonuses at the end of the fiscal year. And if I stay until the end of the fiscal year, I will qualify for that bonus if they get it, if the company qualifies for that bonus. And they have to make a certain percentage in order to qualify for that bonus. So I'm trying to stay until then, but honestly, I hit the point long ago, many moons ago. My original plan was that when I was putting in my resignation. I had already put in my resignation. My boss turned it down actually and said, "No, I'm not accepting this." My original plan was that when I leave for my Vegas trip, that was it. I was done with this company. I was y'all on your own. Y'all on your own. But now I'm trying to make it work until then. And I honestly, it is really struggling. I don't want to. I have no desire to. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate the drive. It's time for me to wake up. Sorry. Time for me to wake up. And I'm noticing more and more that I'm miserable there. Absolutely positively miserable. I am cranky a lot of the times while I'm there. I'm not trying to take it all on my coworkers, but I am noticing that it is coming out at my coworkers, and it's not their fault. They're not doing anything wrong. And I love at least half the people I work with. I don't know 90% of the people in that building on second shift still, even after a year. I didn't know half the people in that building on third shift, honestly. But I know I see it when I do get cranky and bite their heads off for every little thing that is not their fault, or at least not completely their fault. And I'm not happy there. And I've always been a firm believer that if you don't like your job, find a new one. But the one I want is the one I won't be able to start until after this Vegas event. And I'm really hoping that after I get back from Vegas, I will have a clear mindset on what to do with my author business, so I can just say, I'm not staying until January. I don't care about your bonus that I may not qualify for anyways, because you already know I'm leaving. So yeah, that's where I stand right now with, my nose is running, with everything. And I will say this, my department hasn't had a lot of work lately, not that I can do. And what I mean by that is they've gotten new material in that I am not trained to work on, that they're like, oh, by the way, you're going to start training on this next week because we have no more of the work that you can work on. And which is fine, I guess, maybe. But I don't see the point when I'm leaving soon and they still have work coming in that I could work on without wasting time and effort training me on something I'm not going to be here long enough to do anyways. Like max, I'll be here 4 more months. It takes they want everyone trained on 3-day training schedule. And I'm sorry, it's going to take longer than 3 days to train me on that material. I know, because there's people who have been training on it for months now and still don't understand it. Just saying. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand with everything there. And one of the main questions right now is whether or not, if I do leave my job, even if I'm not bringing any money right away with my author career, could me and my husband make it? And if we budgeted really, really tightly, we could. And I mean really tightly. We would lose internet. We would lose Netflix we would lose. There's a couple other things that we have right now that we would lose in order to make sure that we could make it at least for a couple months. But could we do it? Yeah, maybe. And the reason I say maybe is because even he's hit the point with his job. There's a lot of stuff happening. There's been a lot of changes with management over the past couple of years that have just, it's trickling down. And even his job's getting to the point where it's like, it's not worth the little they're paying him to kind of justify the kind of abuse that's being rained down on them. They're doing their jobs and they're still getting in trouble for not doing other people's jobs. So, and while I know that happens in a lot of businesses, there's really no reason for it. Like, seriously, can you just tell other people who are not doing their jobs to do their job? Maybe that might help. But he's been looking at other job possibilities too. He has a job possibility he'd be applying to once I get back from Vegas. The problem is that where that one's concerned is that the pay would be higher, so that's a plus. The hours would be completely different. He'd have different days off, different days on. But again, he would have a set schedule just like he does now. But the kicker is that he'd be only getting paid once a month. And actually, that's the main reason he hasn't applied to it yet, and he's waiting until I get back from Vegas, is for that reason. Because even if he does get that job, we will be kind of hurting for at least a month, if not more than a month, depending on when he starts, when his start day is. So yeah, that's where we stand there. But I will be making more further decisions about what I'm doing with my career when I get back from Vegas. I am excited about Vegas. I'm also nervous as hell about Vegas. Because I do realize this is going to be a turning point. This is the next step in my career. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm excited, but I'm also freaking out for that reason. The good thing is that with everything that's been happening lately, I'm getting a lot more writing done. Like, I'm having 3,000 to 5,000 words a day. A project I hadn't even planned on doing until November at all is about halfway done now. Project, one of my secret projects that I started a couple, like 3 or 4 days ago, I was trying to just pants, and then finally was like, nope, this ain't working. I need to outline it. I spent 2 days fully outlining it earlier this week, and it's now completely outlined. I don't like the outline. It will change. But since making that outline, I've come to other decisions to tie it with another story that will change the outline anyways and strengthen it too. So I'm okay with that. I'm getting lots more writing done. I have not written today. That was what today's live stream was supposed to be originally. If I had started when I was supposed to, it was supposed to be a write-in. I'm okay with it not being. I spent yesterday morning with one of my live stream people. I spent the morning with Amy. We met up. Actually, it was the afternoon. She was here from like noon to, I think, almost 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And she was showing me her writing setup. I was showing her mine, how I organized my computer system, my tablet, and how I organized some things, which still needs work. My organization skills are just crap. But we spent several hours talking about various things with our writing and careers and all that fun jazz. We kind of we kind of talked about all of that stuff, and it was good to not do writing and just talk with someone about writing. Kind of like what we do in our live streams, but more in person, one-on-one. It's different to talk to someone one-on-one in person about writing than it is to talk about, like, to a camera. Even if you are chatting with that person on the camera, like, it's just different. And for those of you who have never gone to a write-in before or done kind of a a writing session with someone else in your local area who writes, I highly suggest it at least once. It's not for everyone. I realize that. But it is something that is really cool to at least try once. In fact, Amy and I will be doing it further in the future. We might even get to the point where we're like, hey, let's hang out on a Sunday. We'll do my live stream. You can sit where you're not being seen by the camera, but you're being heard. And we'll do our write-ins in person. We might even do that in the future. I don't know. And we talked about possibly bringing that up in the future, which I think would be really cool, honestly. But as far as writing go, I'm getting a lot more writing done. I'm one of those people that I write a first draft really fast. There's been several times I have written first drafts within 30 days. What takes me the longest is editing. I do 3 passes myself before I send it to my editor, who does 3 passes to herself. And by the time it gets past that final pass, it's really nice. It's not the crappy first draft it was when I first drafted it, but I'm really slow at editing. I may write fast, but I'm really slow at editing. I'm also an underwriter. The one of the next novels I'll be sending my editor is currently 50,000 words long. By the time it's finished, it will be 70,000 words or more. When it gets ready for publication, it'll be 70,000 or more, probably more, because I haven't even done my first edit on it. That'll be coming up soonish. I need to finish Hunter's Betrayal because my editor is waiting on that. However, she's also doing NaNoWriMo, so I'm not going to send it to her in November because I don't want to force her to work on it when she's supposed to be working on a nano novel. I'm nice that way. I also probably won't have it finished right then. Let's be honest. I probably won't have it finished by then. So yeah, next week's live stream will be on time. It's going to be the 28th, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Join us because we're doing our bi-monthly goals for September, October. God dang, September, August. September, October. And we're going to be dressing up. Amy was trying to tell me yesterday what she was dressing up as, and I'm like, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I haven't told her what I'm dressing up as either. I've got like 6 costumes, but I haven't decided which one I'm dressing up in. And then Virginia is also possibly joining us. So that's awesome. We'll have 3 people dressed up. If you joined us, I would love to know what you're dressing up as for Halloween, if you're dressing up at all. If you're not dressing up, that makes me sad. You should dress up. It's fun. It's the reason I like Halloween, because you can dress up as anything and be anyone. I have Halloween off, which is awesome. I do not have the 1st off, but because my sleep schedule being the way it is, and I actually have a full video that I have filmed, but I have not edited and uploaded. Maybe that'll be next week's video about my sleep schedule and why it's so weird, funky, but it works-ish for me. It was something Amy and I talked about yesterday too, actually, was the way I've been sleeping. But I do plan on talking about that and how that sleep schedule I'm on currently. Birds, really? How that sleep schedule probably won't change much once I go to being a full-time author. But I have a full video on that, so I didn't want to talk about that in this live stream at all. So yeah. But it is almost 1 o'clock, and I am actually supposed to be going over to my parents' place to help process some chickens. We're going to be butchering chickens today, y'all. My mom asked me not to help butcher, but to help film. I don't know if she's dealing with this film yet, but she's actually been wanting me to teach her how to edit films, so maybe this will be a good chance for me to film something for her and walk her step by step through how I edit it. So I'm going to take my laptop, I'm going to take my camera, and by camera I mean my phone. I don't have an external camera anymore. That's on my wish list of things I want. There's a lot of things on my wish list of things I want. Just saying. But yeah, because of all that, and I've pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about, even if it was kind of jumping around. Yeah. So that's all I have for you guys today. Oh, another thing. A lot of people on YouTube do Patreon, And Patreon is a monthly subscription where you become a patron and you basically donate money to the person you're subscribing to. There's various increments depending on the levels that that person chooses. Some of the ones I follow have a $1 option, a $5 option, a $10 option, a $20 option, or something like that. But you get rewards based on which option you choose. I debated doing a Patreon myself, but I don't like the idea of doing a subscription. Even if it's like just $1 a month, it just, for some reason, that bothers me. I don't care if other people do it, but for me personally, I'm not at a level where like I'm really bad at setting my own schedule and making sure I stick to it. So it's the rewards part that bothers me, because I don't know if I'd be on top of everything to get those rewards to people on time. Is it a plan eventually? Possibly. Like, I do have ideas for Patreon rewards. It's just not something I'm planning on setting up anytime soon. Instead, I set up something called Coffee, which the links are below. And what that is it's not a subscription, but it does allow you to donate. If you believe in someone's cause, you can donate a lump sum of your choice to someone you feel like supporting. I just set it up, so there's not a lot on there. I'm still learning about the site, so that's why I haven't talked about it. I've had it for a couple weeks, but I haven't really messed with it except the day I set it up. I do need to explore the site more and see how it actually works. I understand the fundamentals, but I mean in depth. But if you are interested in donating to that, you're welcome to. I'm not going to say anything beyond that. I just wanted to mention it here because if you are interested in doing a Patreon, but you don't like the reward system because you don't think you can meet those rewards for people, that might be an option for you, is more what I was wanting to try and talk about. And I will have, once I do more in-depth research about Ko-fi, it's K-O-F-I. Once I do more in-depth research on it, I will have a full video talking about my thoughts on how to set up an account and all that fun jazz. But until then, like I said, next week I have my live stream with Virginia and Amy talking about our bi-monthly goals. We're going to be dressing up. You should too. And next Thursday, I'll have my regular video. I will have a video up. I will actually remember to schedule it. I really don't know what happened this week where I didn't have a vlog, a tag, or a video. I have no idea because I thought I scheduled them. There's nothing there. I don't know. I'll have to look through my files and see if I even edited something to post. I don't know at this point. But until then, I hope you guys have a good day, a good weekend, whatever's left of it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.